Good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, and up until this point, I have not been doing videos on Wednesday. I've been posting quotes and discussions. But one of the things I run into more and more when I'm talking to moms is this notion of perfection when it comes to motherhood. We have a baby and we're expected to know it all. We're expected to be perfect at it all. We're expected to not need help. You know, the discussions about things like postpartum depression or anxiety or psychosis or any of that, they're not allowed. We're not allowed to talk about it. We're not allowed to post on our Facebook, oh my gosh, like this motherhood thing is really hard and I'm having a really hard time and I need help. We're not allowed to be serious. We can joke about it. We can say, oh my gosh, it's the hardest thing in the world and these kids are getting put on eBay. Oh, just kidding, Etsy, and there's funny things, but truly asking for help in a public way, it's frowned upon. We're treated as if we have to just have it all figured out from the get-go. And I think that's really damaging mothers. There used to be, in theory, I've never experienced it, but there used to be this village. And when somebody had a baby, we banded together. We helped them. We would help them cook, help them clean, help them take care of their other kids, give them advice, helpful advice when requested, not telling them you're doing it wrong, do it my way. We would hold the baby so they could take a shower. We would do all these things. We'd help them figure out breastfeeding because breastfeeding comes with a whole host of challenges that we're also not allowed to talk about. And there's such a shame associated with mothers needing help. And I just think it's very sad. And I think that needs to change. I think that mothers need to focus on self-care. I think you are just as important to your family as your husband or your wife or your significant other. I think you are just as important to your family as your children. And I think that you need to be on your list of priorities every single day. I think that if you need help, you should have no shame in saying, I don't got this. I need somebody to give me a hand. And I think if we all start doing that more, if we all are honest and talk about our struggles and reach out. I had postpartum depression for a year, and I didn't want to talk about it. I was terrified to talk about it because I felt like that made me a bad mom. That notion of bad mom applies to less than 1% of our society. Most of us are good moms doing the best we can. And it is not fair to associate such a horrible label to a job that means so much to us, that we pour our heart and soul and life into, just because we need some help. It just doesn't make sense. So Wednesdays are going to be about self-care, about mom. We do so much work to focus on our kids, and that's great. That's what we had kids for. That's our job. We love it. But we have to focus on us. And we can start really, really small. That's the nice part. Every day, just do something for you. Fill your cup up. Do something to make you feel important and valued in your family. And it's going to be different for everybody. But when you start putting yourself on that list of priorities, when you start caring for yourself just as much as you care for everybody else, you're going to start feeling better. You're going to start feeling important and excited and driven. And you'll notice the days that you don't do any self-care, those are the hardest days. And then when you start doing that self-care again, you're going to start feeling all of those positive things again. So Wednesday is a combination of talking about the scary things that we don't like to talk about, things like postpartum depression, things like anxiety, things like panic attacks, things like fear, things like breastfeeding struggles. Oh my word, the breastfeeding struggles that Xavier and I had. And we are going to be able to bring light to those things. Things like loss. I've lost 2 babies and it's heartbreaking. October 15th is the day that we're going to light our candles and do our wave of light around the world for our babies. And we don't talk about those things publicly, and we should be able to. So Wednesday is about moms. It's about discussing the things that are scary and hard to discuss, and we're going to do it anyway. And it's going to be about empowering moms and giving them that love that they deserve, and it really starts with you. You have to love yourself as a mom, as a woman, as your own person, as whatever your name is. I have to love Samantha. Just as much as I love Justin and Xavier and Revan, I have to love Samantha. And it's a hard, hard, hard thing to change your mind about, because for a very, very long time you're taught that that means you're selfish, or that means you're greedy, or that means you don't care about other people. And the thing of it is they're not mutually exclusive. You can love yourself completely and still love your husband and still love your children. Love doesn't have limits. And so I challenge you to put yourself on your list every day and do some little thing just for yourself. My things are not big things. My things are putting on makeup. Takes me a few minutes. My kids would beat on the bathroom door telling me, I want milk, I want this, I want that. But I take those few minutes to put on my makeup because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel happy. It makes me excited. Not everybody feels that way. Some people think makeup's stupid, and that's okay. All of our things are different, and that's good. But that's my thing. I make myself a cup of coffee. I love it. I don't even need the coffee, but I love the taste. I love drinking the hot drink. I love that it's mine and I don't have to share it. So find some little things that you can do. Start with one a day that you can do just for you. And share with me. Tell me what you do for you so that we can spread those ideas around and help other moms do things for themselves too. So ultimately, I hope that we end up with a whole bunch of moms who are a whole lot happier, and that's what we're going to do on Wednesdays. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I will see you tomorrow. You know what? My volume is all the way up, so I don't know about that, Margaret, but I'm going to look into it. I might have to buy a speaker because you are not the first person that's mentioned this particular phone being very quiet. So hopefully you guys could hear that. If not, check out on the computer. The computer tends to be louder. And I will get on Amazon today and order some sort of thing so that my videos will be louder from now on. Thank you, Margaret, for your input. I will see you guys tomorrow.